Hello there, YouTube. My name is Casey, and this is going to be my first official Minecraft World Tour video. A lot of people have been asking me to post an official tour on my Minecraft world where I've built a bunch of things themed around Star Wars. So I'm super happy to finally get this video out there on YouTube because I've been meaning to post it for a while, and I'm sorry for the delay, but here we go. So obviously you've seen the dogfights going on with some X-Wings, TIE Fighters, and Y-Wings. Up ahead is my Millennium Falcon. This was the very first Star Wars thing I ever built in Minecraft. I built it like 4 years ago, and I haven't really made a whole lot of changes to the design just because I'm super proud of the way it looks. But you got some TIE Fighters, some Republic gunships, a Lambda-class Imperial shuttle, Jabba's sail barge we just flew over. Here's a Sarlacc pit that I built. We got a crashed TIE Fighter and a little bit of a swamp, another Republic gunship. Behind us, this is the AAT tank, the Armored Assault Tank used by the Trade Federation and the Separatist Alliance. Here's the very first Republic gunship that I built, and for those wondering, all of these builds are hand-built and original designs. Occasionally what I will do, and I just discovered the structure block only a few weeks ago when people started commenting it in my videos. If I've already built something, I might clone it just to make like a fleet, because I've already built and put the work into the design. One of the coolest things that I've been able to discover is these shroom light blocks that were just added in the Nether update look great as flames coming out of, like, you know, the exhaust ports of the ships, especially for the X-Wings. So I thought that looked really good. Here's a small TIE Fighter hangar. Very simple design, but I really like it. I took some inspiration from The Force Awakens in the scene where Finn and Poe are escaping, just with the conveyor belt in the corner. Up here we have my Y-Wings. Very simple design. I actually did do a tutorial video on another one of my accounts. I could post that up here to YouTube as well. This is an AT-AT. I took some inspiration from the Jedi Fallen Order per request at one of my fans on another app, and we added some vines to make it look like the ones in Fallen Order. We're flying under the Star Destroyer now over to the area that I call Endor. The building has nothing to do with it, but we have an AT-AT, and I do plan on building the AT-AT docking station that you see in Return of the Jedi. But this is my Ewok village. Very, very small for right now. But I still like the design a lot, and what I actually wound up doing to give it that rigid look is I placed a bunch of campfires and exhausted the flames so it looks like log planks, and I really like how that turned out. And most of the trees here I actually planted myself. There's only a few here, but I needed to plant a lot more, and I actually had to duplicate some of them by planting another tree on top of pre-existing ones. And right here might be one of my favorite designs. This is my BB-8 statue. I'm not a huge fan of building spheres, so this was a little bit of a pain to build, but I really do like how it turned out. I think it looks great. And then I have it placed on a little bit of a cliff here, and you know, when you look at it from the right angle, it looks like he's got this just golden hue around him, almost like a halo, and I just really like how it looks on the cliff there. It's also worth noting that a lot of the builds that I have in this world are not finished. I don't think I'll ever be able to consider anything finished because I can always add more detail or just, you know, any little features to anything that I can think of. And the Star Destroyer by far is not complete. The other side, I still have some things to work on. The back engines are still a work in progress, and the interior. I do plan on adding a full hangar bay with some ships in there and some, you know, command centers and some corridors as well. Coming up on the right is my AT-ST. It's one of my first builds as well with the Falcon. It's not the best design, but I like it for what it is. This building is actually inspired by Jabba's palace on Tatooine. Obviously, it's a different color scheme. I wanted it to fit like a temperate environment, not a desert, so that actually took a while to build just with all the detailing. Another look at Jabba's sail barge with the Sarlacc pit in front of it. And then you're probably wondering what this behemoth is. So there is a story behind this, and I've explained it in the past, but this is, or it was, a Star Destroyer. This was the original Star Destroyer, but I did not check the height limit. So I reached the height limit and was not able to finish it. So I'm currently in the process of covering it with a Mon Calamari cruiser of my own design. That is going to take a while, but I will definitely let you know when it's finished. So we're going to have a Mon Calamari cruiser fighting off against a Imperial Star Destroyer. They're going to be firing laser cannons at each other. That's going to look really cool. So stay tuned for that. Right now, we're going to fly over towards a project that is also in the works right now. This is my Tantive 4. So I started it, haven't gotten back to it yet, but this is the first ship that we see in Star Wars in Episode 4, A New Hope. So I had to build it. It's been on my list for a while. So far, I've only got the front of it, but I really like what I've got going so far. I think it looks really nice. But this is going to be the Tantive 4 once I get back to this project. So yeah, as you'll probably notice, there is a lot of things that I just have started but haven't been able to finish yet, and that's because my mind just kind of drifts all over the place. But in one way, I think that's a really good thing, because that way I have a bunch of things that I've started, and, you know, maybe one day I want to work on one thing, and then the next day I want to work on another. So as long as everything gets done eventually, I don't really mind if I take a break on one project and then skip to another. And this world itself is actually like 6+ years old. I started this world on the Xbox 360, ported it over to the Xbox One, and then to the Bedrock Edition. But I only started building the Star Wars things in probably about 4 years ago. And the Star Destroyer itself, I actually started a year and a half ago, I think. I just built it whenever I could find the time. As you'll see here, I just added some surface cannons. You can't really see them the best from far away, but I think they look pretty okay. I do plan on adding some more details to the Star Destroyer as well. This world has definitely been a passion project of mine for many years. I love working on this world. I've put a lot of time and hours into this, and you know, a lot of this love came from my love of Legos when I was younger, because, you know, once I found this, I was like, well, this is incredible. It's like Legos, but I have endless space and infinite possibilities for my creativity to roam. With that being said, this is going to be the end of my video. Thank you all so much for watching, and definitely stay tuned and maybe subscribe, because I plan on posting some tutorial videos on how to build some of the things that I've created in Minecraft, as well as updates on new creations. May the Force be with you all.